Welcome to the Wine Find Talks. Today we have a very special guest from Chile, Viviana Navarrete. She is the chief winemaker for Viña Leyda in Chile. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Carolyn. It's a pleasure.
Well, I'm really thrilled you're here, and I would love to talk to you about Chilean Sauvignon Blanc, specifically from where you're making it, the Leyda Valley, because I think the terroir there is significant, and it's producing some really juicy but interesting styles. Can you tell us about that terroir?
Yeah, well, definitely Leyda Valley, I would say, is one of the best spots or best areas in Chile for crafting high-quality Sauvignon Blanc.
Why?
The place is magic, Carolyn. Chile has 4,000 kilometers of coastline, and Leyda Valley is located in the west side of the coastal mountain range, facing to the Pacific Ocean.
How far from the ocean?
We have actually 2 vineyards, but speaking about the valley itself, is 12 kilometers from the ocean, but we have one of them, of the vineyards, that is at only 4 kilometers to the ocean. So it has strong maritime influence. And when you are standing there, it's just amazing. You feel all the breezes that come from the sea. You even can smell the salt from the sea. It's windy, it's foggy. We have low temperatures during the whole year. And the main responsible of all these characteristics is the Humboldt current that burns down south in the Antarctica, and it's a very cold current that runs up through our country, but at the same time it goes inland. So that is the responsible for making all the coastline of Chile have this cool climate weather, but especially in this Leyda Valley.
So Viviana, you've got this coastal influence, you've got this maritime influence, and the cooling breezes and this salt water coming through in the air. How does that influence the fruit and what's in the glass?
Well, first of all, the ripening process is super slow in time, and I would say that's the first clue for having all the aromatic precursors that are very intense, and you keep that intensity in the grapes. Afterwards you harvest and during the fermentation. So when you try the juices and they are fermenting, it's just you open the door of the cellar and it's aromas everywhere of lime, mandarin, grapefruit. My hair of the arms go up. It's super expressive, and the second important thing is the acidity. The acidity of the grapes that are grown in Leyda Valley will always stand up. And I think that's super important in the Sauvignon Blanc. It's this crispiness, it's this bright acidity that turns into vibrancy palate, that enhances the flavors in the mouth of Sauvignon Blanc. But also it's important the soil that we have here, because as we are in the west side of the coastal mountain range, we have granitic soil. And we have learned that granitic soil enhances the vibrancy in the palate. So we have this magic situation that we have cold climate weather, cold climate conditions together with granitic soil that brings this wonderful bright palate in Sauvignon Blanc.
That's making my mouth water, and it's making me thirsty, and I definitely want to taste. What are you going to, maybe you can walk me through a tasting of this. What are we tasting?
This is the Reserva from Leyda Winery, Reserva Sauvignon Blanc 2023. So this is hand-picked, of course.
Beautifully aromatic. So it couldn't be anything other than Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, it has a blend, although it's 100% Sauvignon Blanc, it has a blend of clonal selections. So here we work with clone 1 Davis, with clone 242, clone 107. Each of them has different aromas, and we harvest all by separate, and in the cellar we vinify with different yeast. Each yeast is going to enhance each aromatic profile of the clones. The fermentation is done 100% in stainless steel tank. I'm super picky with the temperature, so it ferments at 13 Celsius degrees, very low temperature, allowing the yeast to work slow in time. So the fermentation would last 16 to 18 days. It's a long fermentation. And after the wine is dry, we take it off leaving only the fine lees, and we work with batonnage for about 5 months before bottling.
Well, you're clearly teasing a lot of aromatics out of those grapes then. Slow fermentation, cool. And you know, it's interesting because every time I approach the glass, I'm getting something else. And I'm getting more than just sweet fruit. I'm also getting savory notes. There's a salinity there, sort of a Yeah, bitter lime, salted lime, as well as the mango. Very, very gentle fruit though too. There's subtlety, finesse. I love it. Let's taste it. Brisk, crispy, layered, and long.
Layered.
Lovely. Now tell me, in Chile, what do you like to pair with this? What do you enjoy at the table with this wine?
Well, I love to pair it with oysters. I think it works perfectly. Seafood in general. Ceviche, we do a lot of ceviche in Chile. And one
spice.
of
A little bit of
of
spice.
spice. Yeah, it has sometimes green chili, and in ceviche you can put green chili as well. Works nice. And what I really love, we have a local pairing. I love pairing the food with local food. It happens that in Leyda Valley we not only produce grapes, but it's a good valley for producing berries, as berries, strawberries, and we have these big strawberries, strong flavor, and you can put a little bit of sea salt in the strawberries. You give a bite, and then you pair it with the Sauvignon Blanc, and enhances incredible the acidity of the Sauvignon Blanc.
Really?
You have to try it.
I have to try it.
Super nice.
I have to try. I'm in Ontario and we grow fabulous strawberries. So absolutely, I will be on that this summer. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Carolyn. Cheers.